I get my singers and band to come on up. And let's not worry about what we're doing later and work on now. How about that? Good morning, Unity.
Good morning.
All right, today's the first Sunday in February, the month that we traditionally honor contributions of African Americans through Black History Month. So what more appropriate song to start off with than Revival? Let's have a revival.
1, 2, 3, 4.
People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere. People, can you hear it? Love is in the air. We're in a revolution. No, we're right. Everyone is singing. There'll be no one to fight. People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere. 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 People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere. People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere. People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere. Can you feel it? Love is everywhere. People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere. People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere. People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere.
Wow, I want to keep going with that. Don't you just want to? Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out on this kind of quasi-snowy day. Yeah, welcome. My name is Reverend Cheryl Myers, and it is my absolute joy to be with you this morning. So today is a very special Sunday as we are celebrating the Season for Peace and Nonviolence. This is our second Sunday of that focus, and also Black History Month. And so if you have one of these, if you do not have one of these are a daily guide, 64 ways for 64 days during the Season for Peace and Nonviolence. And so every day has a focus that will support us in staying peaceful and practicing nonviolence. So today's focus is, today I will appreciate the earth's bounty and all of those who work to make my food available. That is growers, truckers, grocery clerk, cook, waitress, etc. So let's take a deep breath and just bless all of those people who make food available, and especially our Mother Earth. So also, this is the first Sunday of Black History Month, and so I would love to just celebrate that by focusing on some absolute extraordinary African Americans. There's so many that cannot be contained in 1 month focus. But each Sunday, we're going to pick one person to be highlighted. And so this morning, Brett Savage will come up and read about George Washington Carver. Given we're talking about the earth's bounty and our food, this seems a perfect time to highlight George Washington Carver.
Thank you. You see pictured on the screen George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver was born in 1860 in Diamond Grove, Missouri. He became one of the most commemorated and highly regarded scientists in United States history. His significant agricultural discoveries, inventions, and methods helped farmers through the South and Midwest to become successful and profitable. It is believed that Carver discovered 300 uses for peanuts and hundreds more for soybeans, pecans, and sweet potatoes. He found solutions to restore nutrients to the soil by rotating crops and was a champion of agricultural education. For most of his career, he taught and conducted research at what is now Tuskegee University in Tuskegee, Alabama. He is quoted as saying, "I love to think of nature as an unlimited broadcasting station through which God speaks to us every hour if we will only tune in." So we say thank you, George Washington Carver, for the extraordinary way you shine your light in the world.
So it is. So let's just take a deep breath and just gently close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And as Mother Earth is expressing in her way this morning, let's just take a moment to just tune in, as George Washington Carver encouraged us to do, to listen to how nature speaks to us and blesses us, how grateful we are for the bounty that comes from Mother Earth, that blesses our bodies and restores our souls through its beauty. So we just breathe into that awareness and appreciation in our hearts. And we also take a moment to pause to feel grateful for this community and for this time together this morning, where we just set a silent intention to be blessed and uplifted by every interaction, by the music you hear, by every exchange, every word, so that we might fill our tank of awareness of all that we are and can leave here this morning and go out into the world shining our light boldly, brilliantly. So thank you for being here. Your presence makes a difference. And so it is. Amen. Amen. So this is often where I invite you to say our mission, but this morning I'm just going to invite you to turn to the back of your bulletin, and if you would like to see our vision and mission, what we're about in this community, that's where it is every single week. And if you are here with us for the very first time, if you would raise your hand real nice and tall and keep it raised, and the ushers will come and bring you a welcome packet for you to peruse. And if you fill out that little card on the front and place it in the offering bag, we'll just simply add your email list to our Friday afternoon online newsletter that tells you everything that's going on here at Unity of Gaithersburg. So let's stand and sing a song together.
And the world
time to greet your neighbors. Making your way back to your seat. Take a good look around, and if you're getting down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide, kindness will be your guide. A little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place for you. Just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Here we go. Put a little love in your heart.
Please be seated.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for that. Put a little love in your heart. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brett Savage. Some of you know that already. And I am happy to share this week's transformational opportunities, which are detailed in our community newsletter. You can receive next week's edition by sharing your email with us. You can go to our website or our newsletter or sign up in the back to get on that list. So, as you've heard, the season for peace and nonviolence is now underway. SPAN, S-P-A-N, if you see on the front of your bulletin. So check your bulletin and our website and newsletter for details of the activities that are happening. And I am certainly happy to share a few with you. First, Reverend Cheryl will lead a 6-week book study of Brene Brown's most recent book, Braving the Wilderness. This starts Wednesday nights, starting February 21st through March 28th from 7:15 until 9:15 p.m. here in the sanctuary. So let's come together to discuss what we can do to find our way back to true belonging, courage, and connection. And this is offered for a love offering. Also, Carol Plummer and Heidi Vanderwald will be leading an all-day workshop here at Unity of Gaithersburg, which is called Finding Peace in Turbulent Times. This is offered on Saturday, February 24th, from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Come discover ways to stay centered, balanced, and peaceful. The cost is $85 if you pay before February 20th and $110 after February 20th. So there's an incentive to sign up early. We also ask that you register on our website or our online newsletter. Exuberant minister, speaker, and workshop facilitator, Reverend Raymond Anderson will share his infectious joy as he leads the workshop, The Lesson of the Tea Master, which is after our Sunday service, March 4th, from 1 to 3 p.m. Come learn how to practically apply teachings from mysticism and metaphysics to develop mastery of your life. This too is offered for a suggested love offering of $20. We look forward to seeing you at these activities and more during our 2018 season for peace and nonviolence here at Unity of Gaithersburg. And also, what's coming up, our next big spring prosperity fling, our online auction. This is the second time around, right? It was a big success, fun last time. And thanks to the generosity of this community, last year's auction was a resounding success, and we look forward to another fun and successful auction this year. So, talk to your friends, relatives, and favorite business owners about making donations that can be auctioned. The sky is the limit. Examples of fun things to donate: a week at your vacation property, if you have one, singing lessons, a home-cooked meal, theater tickets. We had Hamilton last year. I lost out, but I helped bid that price up, but I lost out. That was the prize. A month of lawn mowing, theme baskets were popular, champagne brunch, all kind of ideas. Those are some from last time. There's a lot of talent in this community, so start plumbing the depths of your creativity to see what you could offer this year. Bidding is the week of April 20th through 29th. That's when bidding begins. And we will have more details in the coming weeks. So get ready. And last but not least, on Sunday, February 25th, right after service, we will have a congregational meeting where we will hear from your Board of Trustees and Reverend Cheryl about what's unfolding here at Unity of Gaithersburg. Your attendance and loving consciousness is appreciated. So now we ask that you please center yourselves as we reflect together on today's daily word. Daily word for Sunday, February 4th, our focus is non-resistant. Our affirmation: non-resistant, I experience deep peace and well-being. As times life flows smoothly, and at other times it may feel like a struggle. If I find myself in opposition with those around me or in conflict with myself, I cease any resistance now. I let go and turn within to access the truth that lies beyond any circumstance. I begin in quiet contemplation, laying down the defensive armor of strongly held convictions and any weapons of judgment or criticism. This is a conscious act of faith and courage. I relinquish control and open to the infinite flow of the universe. In the silence, I feel my heart open and my awareness expanded. I claim that I am whole and capable of expressing unbounded love, joy, strength, and abundance. I surrender in non-resistance to this knowing and experience deep peace and well-being. And from Psalm 46, verse 10, be still and know that I am. And now let us prepare for meditation by singing All Is Well.
As I close my eyes and the world disappears, I can feel my breath rise and fall. There's a light inside that
So once again, let's take a deep breath together. And just settle into your chair and allow it to fully support your body. As you relax and just let go. And breathe into this present moment. So we create an environment in our being for present moment awareness as we just consciously breathe. Watching the inflow of the breath, noticing. And just breathing into any busy thoughts that might be distracting right now. It's okay. Just breathe into them in a space of non-resistance. And just do a scan of your physical body this morning. If there's any pain or tension in your body, focus your breath into those areas of pain or tension. Just breathe into them and exhale. Exhale out that tension. And notice this morning if you have any emotions that are stirred. And I invite you to breathe into those emotions wherever you're feeling them in your body. Sometimes our emotions surface in our heart area or our solar plexus area. Just breathe into wherever you're feeling any emotional upset this morning. Any worries, any concerns. And just exhale out that anxiety or concern. And know that as you exhale that tension, anxiety, any worry, it just turns into light. Our breath is the most powerful tool that we have to center in the now moment, to release resistance and ground and open ourselves to possibilities. And so as we move now into a slightly extended time in the silence, I just invite you to continue to focus on your breath, moving in and moving out, and spend some time focusing on any areas in your body or in your awareness, in your consciousness right now, where you feel any resistance. Just breathe into them and exhale in the silence. So just take a deep breath in. And just notice your awareness. Notice if you feel more peaceful in your being. And just know that at any time you can take a breath consciously and support your body, support your mind and your spirit in being more present and more available. More available to the infinite flow of life. One more deep breath. How grateful we are for the infinite life breath. And so it is. Amen. Was that awesome? Woo. Mary Jo and Ann and Angela and our band, we're so blessed. Oh, there was a psychology professor that was giving an oral exam to her students. And addressing the condition of stress and depression, she asked, how would you diagnose a patient who is screaming at the top of his lungs 1 minute and then starts weeping uncontrollably the next? And a sports-minded young man answered, he's probably a football coach. It's Super Bowl humor. Sorry, see, I told you. For those of you that are new, they keep encouraging me to tell a joke every week, and sometimes they're real groaners. So are you ready for the Super Bowl? Kind of, sort of, are you? Yeah? Okay, yeah. I've got my popcorn. All right, so here we are, and we're in the midst of the season for peace and nonviolence. And again, I love this time of year because it seems like a perfect time of year, given what is going on in our world, for us to have a central focus on how to be peace and nonviolence in our world. So let's talk about stress. What's your current stress level? Yeah. Well, I think we can tune into our bodies and tell, but there are medical ways to determine how stressed we are. Through blood tests, we can measure our cortisol, stress hormone levels, and immune and inflammatory markers, as well as measuring our heart rate variability and all that. And we can go to the doctor and get all these things checked, but honestly, let's just take a moment to check in with our mind, body, and spirit and feel how we're doing. How you doing? Yeah. Well, okay, so not that you really probably need this review, but I'm going to review how stress shows up. Are you anxious, worried, constantly tired, angry, resentful, quick to judge and react, feeling powerless and afraid, lonely, defensive, isolating, numb, resigned, feeling attacked? Okay, yeah. Let's breathe. Breathe. Okay, yeah. So, the way the world is right now and it's happenings right now can generate a high level of stress, especially if you're on Facebook a lot or you watch the evening news. And it doesn't really have to be in response to the world or our country right now. It can be what's happening in our personal lives because we're living in what appears to be chaotic times out there, and then in the midst of that, our lives are happening, right? So many of us are experiencing stress with life happenings, finding a new job, finding a new home, taking care of your kids, making sure they have what they need, caring for an aging parent, or making ends meet, maintaining a home, a family, a life. And the speed of life is on go, 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 go. I know I've shared with you about, I lived here for 22 years and then I moved to the Midwest. And my first class in ministerial school, I was an hour early because I thought they had rush hour. They're like, oh, we have this terrible rush hour in Kansas City. I'm like, really? So there's a Chinese proverb that says, tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. I really love that. Okay, so let's talk about how we can navigate life stress. Well, I've shared with you what's going on in my life right now is that, I'm renting a townhouse, and my landlord came back to me and said that he's moving his parents in the house. And so I'm like, okay, because I thought at least I'd have another year there or so. And so here I am now, on the hunt for a place to live. And I have not discerned it's mine to do to buy at this time. So I'm leasing. And so I'm just noticing that, a realtor, they have a lot bigger fish to fry than working with someone who wants to lease. And I completely understand that. And the only tricky part is that when I go on, rental sites and things, it takes that realtor's magic little card to open up a space for you to see it. Yeah, and so I've just noticed that I've been having my process around this whole process and working with myself with it. And of course, when I come to some awarenesses, I always want to come back and share them with you. And by the way, I have submitted an application for a place. And so now I'm just like, okay, we'll see. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of the process that's come to me about working with life stress. Because yes, this is a time-sensitive thing, and I've got to find a place, by a certain time, and and other people are working through a lot of stresses too, that can seem a little bit more intense in our lives. So how can we move through stress? How can we navigate it and come out on the other side healthy and whole? We already are whole. But how can we do it in a way that can support us? So I came up with this little nifty thing that just came to me in meditation. And the first step of this process that I want to share with you is slowing down. Slowing down. You're facing a potential or a stressful situation, and you start to get stressed. And how do you know you're getting stressed? Well, I don't know about you, but when I get stressed, things just start going wonky in my life. Like, I'll lose things. I will lose my keys. I know I always have a specific place for my keys, but I'll just start losing things. I'll lose my phone. I'll put it down somewhere. Panic. I'll put down my favorite pen somewhere. I just start noticing I start losing things. And then I start bumping I just start getting bruises. I know this might sound weird, but I have to watch out for kitchen cabinets anyway, and ceiling fans. But truly, there's a story there, but I'm not going there. So have you ever noticed when you start getting stressed that you start to, all of a sudden the door frame you used to walk through, you clip your elbow on it, or you run into the chair. You stub your toe. Really? People start being weird with you. They start, not being kind. They start to misinterpret what you've said. It's like, I didn't say that to that person. Why are they acting that way? Why? Or car drama. Car drama, near misses. Yeah, or you might ding somebody's car, or worse than that, have an accident. Okay, this is life saying, "Whoa, Bessie, stop, breathe. You're going too fast." Because, folks, when we go too fast, we're in a flurry. We're not grounded. We make mistakes. We're not authentic. We're not discerning what is ours to do. We're in our heads. So the first step when we're stressed is to slow down, breathe, stop, pause. So do that. Just pause, breathe. Okay. And ask what is mine to do. The Daily Word had the scripture this morning, Psalm 46:10, "Be still and know I am." And I found another translation of that says, "Cease striving and know I am." So cease striving, take a breath, turn within, ask what is mine to do. Okay? And then the next step is we got to show up and we got to move our feet. What is ours to do? Because as much as I would like a realtor to just knock on my door and say, "Hello, Cheryl, let me go show you some beautiful homes. I have a whole list for you." That's not how it works. I've been looking and going to check out the outside, and I have to move my feet. We have to move our feet in whatever situation it is we're called to do. But the thing is, what actions do we know to take? Our wisdom knows. But if we're in flurry and frenetic mode, we can't hear our wisdom. That's another reason why we have to slow down. We have to listen. Our wisdom is informing us all the time. And so when we can slow down, then we know what's ours to do that will be supportive. Because sometimes it feels like we can just go out and spin our wheels. But when we're discerned, when we've done our discernment work and we're grounded, we can move our feet, and our actions have direction and focus toward whatever it is we're trying to move through. And the third step is letting go. So when you do what's yours to do, and there's just nothing else to do. Like with this house, I've done whatever I can do, and now it's in the application process. So I have to let go. Or I could go, nail bite, and no, is this the right place? There comes a point when you've done what's yours to do. And for you to keep doing something is futile. There comes a time where you just have to let go and trust. Like when you've prepared for a test, you're taking an exam. You've prepared. You walk in, you take the test. You go in for an interview. You've prepared for the interview. You're present. You're available. You've done everything that's yours to do. Okay? And at some point, we just have to let go. Let go of our stress. Let go of our attachment. Let go of our need to control. And breathe and let go. Let go. And then step into the flow. See, the beautiful thing about the nature of the universe is that there's a flow. We are that flow. There's always a flow. And when we keep trying to push the river, when we keep trying to control because we haven't let go of our attachment, and we're trying to manage our lives, how's that working for us? Yeah. There's a story. Remember the story about the two men that were walking beside a river on their way to a town that was downstream, and a storm broke, and a flash flood washed them both into the river. And the first man panicked. He was struggling. He was trying to fight his way back to the shore, and he drowned. And the other man realized that the torrent was beyond his control, and so he relaxed and surrendered to the best of his ability, letting the river's flow carry him. To his joy and surprise, the river deposited him on the banks of the town he was headed in a much shorter time than it would have taken him to walk. I think that's a great example. Folks, we are in the flow. There's an infinite flow of life. We're it. And so when we can show up by doing what's ours to do, first of all, getting still, showing up, letting go, trust the flow. We have to trust the flow of life. We just to trust. And then, as we lean in and we step into the flow, we know. It's time to anchor in our knowing. What is the truth you know? What can you stand in and know is true? So for me in this house situation, I know the perfect home is coming to me. And what I have told the universe is that if this house is in any way not going to be peaceful, if there's going to be drama around it, because let me tell you, life is not meant to be drama. If there's going to be struggle, if the landlord's not going to be a nice person that's going to fix things on time, or if it's going to be one of those situations, I don't want it. Let it go. Because the thing is, my good cannot be taken from me ultimately. Folks, our greatest good is ours for the claiming. So that's what we get to know. What is the truth you know? See, as you show up, you move your feet, you let go of your attachment, you step into the flow, and you know. What is the truth you know? And then we start the process again. Because we're on this journey, and sometimes we forget. And so this process, I have to tell you, has really been supporting me. Because it keeps me, until I get stressed again, anchored in the truth that the universe is infinite. I am whole and I'm deserving to have a beautiful place to live. Every single one of you in this room are whole and deserving of whatever it is you're working with. And then All it takes is me to pull up Facebook, and then I get stressed again. And here's the process. When I read something, I see something on the news, because folks, all that energy out there that's showing up as fear and divisiveness, it's all about separation. Fear tries to undermine our knowing of our inherent connection of our oneness. And the thing is, every one of us in this room knows the truth. We know there's inherent oneness. I might know it intellectually. I know it in my heart, and then I might go to that place in my humanity when I read an upsetting story that go, God, really? Okay, breathe. What is mine to do to make things better? What actions will be forwarding? Because folks, if we sit there and just mull about it and we stay stuck, we're just perpetuating the energy. So what is ours to do to make things better? And so we get to move our feet, let go. We got to let go of our worry and our upset and our anxiety, and I know that's a big pill right now to swallow. But the thing that we can do and trust and know is that there's an infinite flow of life that is working toward our greatest good. And if we can stand in our knowing of what's true, that's what we are being called to do as truth students right now, folks. Really big time. And to use your breath. Whenever you feel stressed, I'm not kidding about this. I used to teach meditation. And I'll never forget, I might have shared this with you before, but I just love the story of I was in a defense contract company here in the DC area, and we were oming. And I thought, how cool is that? We were breathing, using the breath, putting sound with the breath. Your breath, if you feel yourself going to that place of fear, breathe. Just breathe. What is mine to do? What is mine to let go of? I step into the flow and I know. Okay? So how you doing? How's your stress? A little better? Okay, good. All right. So folks, let's come together. Let's just come together every week. Let's come together and support each other on this journey. Life is meant to be joyful. Life is meant for us to live in unity. And the truth is, there's only oneness. And as true students, we are great models in our world right now. As we breathe, as we show up, we move our feet, we let go, we flow, and we know. All right, take a deep breath with me, and let's affirm together. I pause and breathe. I show up, let go, step into the flow, and know all is well. I am peaceful. Bless you. And so it is.
And now this is our time to give from our unlimited abundance and open hearts. As you hold your tithes and offerings in your hand, here is some prosperity wisdom from Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith's book, The Answer Is You. Do you ever spin out on thoughts of lack, limitation, fear, worry, competition, disconnection? Don't let such thoughts go unchallenged. Deconstruct them. Claim your peace and identity as an eternal, infinite being. Affirm that all things are working together for your good. Feel it. Sense it. Know it because it's true. Reverend Cheryl will now come up and briefly share something you might notice while the offering is being passed.
All right, so there are those of you in our congregation that consistently give to this community via our Breeze online software, or maybe mail in a personal check or a bank check. And so many of you that give in that way have said, gosh, I miss putting something in the offering bag every Sunday. And so what we came up with was this little nifty blessing card, and it's called, it has little affirmations on it, like, I give from the unlimited abundance I am blessed to be the blessing, I give in love because I love to give, and as I generously give, I generously receive. So if you see someone, just want to let you know what's going on, if you see someone put one of these little nifty little cards in the offering bag, it's because they're a consistent giver and they wanted to participate in the offering. So just wanted to let you know that. All right. I think we have the blessing.
I'll leave this. Our offering blessing, which we will read together. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am so grateful.
Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Yeah. Father, Father, you no need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring our love in here today. Picket lines and ticket lines don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see. Oh, what's going on? 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 Right on, baby. Mother, mother, everyone thinks that we're wrong. Oh, but who can they judge us simply 'cause our hair is long? Oh, you know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Hey, hey, yeah. Picket lines, sister, and picket signs, sister. Don't punish me, sister, with brutality, sister. Talk to me, sister, so you can see. Sister. Oh, what's going on? 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 What's Tell going me on? What is going on? What's 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 going on?
Beautiful. All right, let's stand and welcome in our youth.
I've got you, I've got me, I've got us coming together. I've got you, I've got me, I've got us coming together. One heart, one mind, one love, coming together, coming together.
Please be seated.
Good morning, everybody. I love surprises, and today was a surprise. I thought it was just going to be me, Patty, and Juliet hanging out, but no, we had children. So it was awesome. Today, I planned a day to play and hang out and just have fun, and it worked out perfectly. Here's the kids telling you all about it.
I am grateful for the opportunity to play and enjoy being with my friends, just being. I am grateful for the opportunity to play and have fun. I release the stress from the past week and build up positive energy for the coming week.
Yeah, okay. I welcome opportunities for play and fun, and I joyfully allow that space in my life. Yada, yada, yada.
Play and fun is good for me. I forgot.
It worked out. All right, guys, please stand with me. Let's bless our children.
You are the light of the world. Live as the light. So let's join hands and sing our peace song. Beautiful, peace-filled week. And I do have a couple of announcements. Next week, when you come in the sanctuary, you will see a newly painted room. Oh, I'm so excited. And also, please check out our new bulletin boards in the hallway that were created by Jeannie Shellhouse. They're interactive and just so fun. So thank you. Have a beautiful week. Happy Super Bowl.